Good afternoon, good evening. Hope everyone is well. This is Dr. Russell Robinson coming to you live from my all this mess. I've been cleaning up all of this crap. Hopefully people will be joining me momentarily, but in the meantime, I'm trying to get everything up and ready. And my son is going to probably be joining us later. He wants to do Scooby-Doo, I'm sure. It is rough, and I am hot in this office. I'm going to go ahead and take off this jacket, put on my AC, figure out why I'm going to lose it. Bruh, it is hot. Make sure you wait for the guy. Keep everything wide open for this guy.
It's on.
Yeah. Let me know when you get here so I can go ahead and pay him. Let's do the extra dog food. Thank you. Why do you have the camera on like that? Whew. Good evening.
Good evening. Oh, hello?
Can you see me?
Yes, I can.
Yes.
Yes,
Good. How are you?
I'm okay. It's raining here in Maryland, so.
Oh, it's hot as hell here in Carolina. Oh. And I'll probably throw my lighting dramatically. Okay. Hope you can see me better than that.
Yeah.
We're waiting for other people to join us.
Oh, well, before other people can join, I know we had talked earlier this week about the discussion boards or stuff being reopened, and I went to see if they were ever open, and I haven't seen them at all, so I didn't know whether. But you had already told me to add my public speaking peers to. Oh hey, but yeah, you told me just to add mine to
Hi,
my
Amy.
About Me page.
Hi, Dr. Robinson.
How are you?
I'm good.
Okay, so you say what?
I'm well. How are you?
Very good, very good. Glad to see you there. Apparently you're on as two people, so I'm seeing a little bit of a darker version of you, but I see your avatar. Now, S-I-V-A-D. How do I say that again, please?
Savad.
Savad?
Yes.
Okay, Savad, like David with an S. Okay, good. Okay.
Yeah.
David was asking about the link that basically he was having trouble with the, and I feel like I'm being backlit. That might not have been the best thing to do after all. He was saying that he didn't have an opportunity to get to the links. Is that true? Were you not able to get to your links as well, Amy? Did they open or not open?
To my links for this?
Not that, but your link for to resubmit paperwork, resubmit documents.
Well, I haven't had to resubmit anything, I don't think, yet.
Okay. Okay. That's.
I haven't experienced that problem yet.
Okay. And who else has joined us?
I'm Denisha.
Hi, Denisha. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm hot. I'm having to cool up with some apple cider. Hot apple cider at that. I'm going to wait for a few other people. I'll be right back, okay?
Hello?
So that being the question, why?
Well, and take the data charges in this video.
Boy, I got to go back. So when you have a 8-year-old who knows how to use every Apple product on the planet, you need to be prepared for some of the weirdest stuff. He basically was ironically doing something with the iPad and his iPhone. I don't know what it was, but it's crazy. So, question. Well, I have people here. How is the class going so far? Savad, you shaking your head real
Come
hard.
on, speak up.
What's wrong?
Because I feel like I'm doing the most. Like I'm submitting things. Like my grade looks bad. I go back and make changes. And I know, like, because you said you're having family issues, so like the grade isn't going to update. I don't know whether you're going to update the grades this week, but my grade just looks bad. I'm trying not to be stressed, trying to work, and still maintain a lifestyle and still make sure I make a good grade because I'm graduating in December. So.
I want you to graduate. Savad, do me a favor.
Yes, sir.
Have some hard apple cider and calm down, please. You're gonna be fine. Relax.
Alrighty.
Dr. Robinson.
Well, geez. I'm gonna get to it. I told you. Right. Now, yes, we are having some issues in my family, but again, my family issues really shouldn't be your professional issues. But as I also did say that I was not going to have office hours this week. Strangely, for some strange reason, someone expected me to answer my phone. So I guess the first thing, we have another person joining us. Who is this? This big dude. Who is sir? Elanza.
Yeah,
How are you, sir?
I'm doing pretty good. How's it going?
I'm doing well. You got me afraid to even think about messing with your grade. Hold on a second. Yes, Russell. Hold on. I've got to take care of a small, minor issue. Dinner. Be right back. The man is outside? Okay. Let me talk to the man. Ah!
And worse, she took all of my
Am I the only one who feels like this?
No.
Okay, I just wanted to be sure. Like, I'm just trying to graduate. Like,
You'll be fine. As long as he knows that you care and you're trying, you're going to be totally fine.
maybe for you.
I think, guys,
Does
I don't
anybody
know
have
if
a problem?
you have noticed. Do you think maybe part of it is that I just don't feel like I completely got exactly what we were supposed to do at first. Like, say for the discussion board, let's take the anxieties and fears about public speaking. Like, I didn't realize I was supposed to video it, my response, and put it on YouTube until later. But
and I put mine on YouTube because I watched the video, and I didn't know we needed to post on Blackboard about it. It's like I did the YouTube, just didn't do Blackboard, so I don't want to miss credit.
All right.
provide
start
all
adding.
the assignments section and upload things under there on the home page.
Okay.
And we
All
can
right. So before we get started, let me go ahead and let you guys know we might be interrupted by the following people. Meet my tax deduction, JR. Say hello, JR. This is my other deduction that I can't claim. The dog. So they may come in every once in a while. Yikes. See? Be nice. Okay, screw.
Okay.
Bye.
Adios.
Peace. 2 fingers, deuces. Okay. Whew. I know, right? I said the same thing. So let's talk. How is everybody doing? Survive is part of Prozac Nation. Alonzo looked like if I mess with him, he's gonna hurt me, so I gotta make sure he passes. We all gotta make sure he passes. I have Denisha. She looks kind of calm, but I don't know about her. Amy is Miss Perky, so I think we're all good to go. All right. So first, let me go ahead and welcome you officially to our first real class meeting online. Second, I want to go ahead and again thank you all for taking time to join us, especially being patient with me with what we got going on in our household. Everything is working out the way it's supposed to, obviously. So we're just doing what we got to go do. And additionally, I did make the links available for up to 48 hours. So when I made that actual deadline extension, I made the deadline extension starting on Monday, or I think it was Tuesday. So it may have expired at 5 o'clock today. I have to double check. But again, the goal here is we don't want to leave any student behind. That's the main thing I want to make sure that I convey to everyone on our first meeting. Second thing I want to do is I also want to make sure that you know someone else has decided, Sarah. So the other thing I want to make sure that we all understand. Hi, Sarah.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm fine.
The other thing good. The other thing I want to make sure that everyone knows is that technology, we gotta go ahead and make sure that, we're going to put it this way, this is a highly technology-driven class. It's kind of different, part due to the fact because I try to make sure that I have some type of interaction with you, with the phone, or be it through this, or certainly even through the video message. Have the video messages been helpful to you all?
Yes.
Sort of.
Sorta? Okay, let's start with sorta. Who said sorta?
Got it.
Hey, tell me what's sufficient.
I think it just kind of a lot of times it's the conflict between the syllabus and the video messages because I think a lot of us think that we should post to YouTube or either post to the discussion board or like it's just been that main conflict there in general because I did the public speaking fears and I did it via YouTube, but I posted it in the wrong section. I posted it in the chapter 1, 2, 3 section whenever there was no discussion board about it. And then whenever I got a response back, you told me that it needs to be in my About Me page. So then I put my public speaking fears in my About Me page. And so now I just feel like you put up a discussion board for today. So now I just feel like I might have just missed it or I've done it 3 times and it still might not get credited.
Okay. Has anyone else had that type of experience?
Not really.
I can't read minds. I can only read lips. So, anyone else have that similar experience?
Well, I personally had a problem submitting my video today. I don't know if you guys can hear me or not.
I can hear you.
Okay, I had a problem submitting the video. I guess it's probably a problem with my storage. I couldn't get it to upload. It kept timing out. I have it recorded on my phone, but I just...
But did you load it from your...
Say that one more time.
Did you load it from your phone?
I did load it from my phone, and evidently I got too much stuff on my phone because it wouldn't let me download any other applications to even compress the file. And when I tried to upload it to YouTube, I was having all kinds of problems. So, I mean, like I said, I got the video on my phone.
Are you,
You said what now?
Are you using a computer right now for our video chat?
I am.
Okay. All right. I'm trying to think of the best way around that workaround. You could possibly either use your computer as a means of recording what you need to record, your speeches and whatever else, as opposed to your phone. depends upon the type of phone, and you're right, the type of the type of storage capacity and also dealing with your carrier. Are you dealing with a Wi-Fi or are you dealing with cellular upload?
I was Wi-Fi.
That shouldn't be an issue then.
But I never did the video thing on the computer, so like I said, this is my first time even messing with it. I've never done anything on YouTube, so it's a learning curve. But I got the video. It's just getting the video, because I had no problem uploading the picture. It's just getting the video uploaded to YouTube is where I'm having the problem.
You want to consider the issue of file compression, because if your files are very big, that's going to be a challenge for you. So you may want to think about, as you're actually attempting to decrease or trying to upload a file, you may want to think about how big it is. Megs and gigs are totally different animals, as you know. So I would certainly think about, if you will, the idea of trying to decrease the actual thing.
Okay, because I'm going to go to Verizon tomorrow and just get a lot of stuff deleted off my phone and see if I can free up some space.
Okay.
And maybe hopefully that'll
I get your audio, but I think you're freezing up a little bit, so it could be a slight challenge there. What I would think, too, I would consider, I would definitely consider, since you have a Mac, QuickTime files are going to be easy. If you go ahead and go into iMovie when you do your projects or your products, go ahead and upload them into the smallest file size, and that should help you with the YouTube up.
Well, the problem is getting it on the computer. I mean, I can't even get it from my phone to the computer right now.
Are you using an iPhone? That's why, probably, because the phones and computer aren't talking together. What I would consider doing is, I would definitely consider first things first. Make your speeches using your computer primarily.
All right.
Because if you do that, or at least that will go ahead and help you as far as the file size and compression. I don't know what type of phone you're using. I am primarily an Apple person, hence why I'm drinking apple cider.
Oh yeah, thank you.
I love how a person makes sense. Hi, Joelle.
You can get some watermelon with it. You can get some watermelon with it.
Will I have the opportunity to send it to you again?
Oh, of course, of course. I'm not going to go ahead and not work to
I can work with it and maybe get it sometime next week if I can't get it.
I'm sorry about that. So I had to eject her. I hope she'll come back. I can't have a lot of loud talking because it kind of takes away from what I'm doing. But definitely, let's go ahead and try to. I'm not going to go ahead and penalize side that you're giving. And I want to make sure that we deal with it as well. In my last conversation with you all, anxiety is very much out there. Relax, calm down. We are all going to get through this. I have not lost a student yet. I don't plan to lose one now. The main things that you certainly brought out, Alonza, was the issue of technology and a working force working against us. But rest assured, my goal is to make sure that everybody in this class, comes out with a very good, successful outcome. But for that to happen, I think, as you pointed out, I need complete transparency. So if you let me know on the front side as opposed to on the back side, I can be of better service to you, as opposed to having to react to what will happen. I'm more proactive as opposed to reactive. What are some of the other things that you're experiencing? Anyone else having some concerns or issues with the class?
I have a question, Dr. Robinson. Do you have the updated assignment due dates? And you mentioned one of the ones was the chapters 1 through 3, the discussion that we need to upload to YouTube. That is the 30th is the extension deadline. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And when
My goal was to make sure that I'm sorry, go ahead.
When we'll upload the little video that we make discussing the 3 chapters and responding to the little video of the lady and her daughter. And then we need to also go to the assignments tab to upload a link to that video. Is that correct?
A link. Okay, so in the assignments tab, for the Blackboard, for the discussion, make anything that's a discussion board related post, take the link from that and put it into discussion board.
Okay.
Things for your assignments, i.e. your About Me page or your speech of introduction, they will need to go into the assignment link.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yes.
Okay. Good questions. Very good questions. Next.
Quick question.
Yes.
For the video we have to shoot for the speech of introduction, I watched the video that you had actually put up for the of the guy who you said was good. It was a shining example of how we should be. And
No, his name was.
Say again.
You talking about the one that I showed for my video that I gave this week?
Yes.
Okay, his name was Quinn Russ.
Yeah, and you said he was kind of the example or the mold that we should actually try to strive for. He had the projector in the back. For those who don't have a projector, is it okay just for us to have a full computer screen version of the About.me page?
Hold on for a second. JR, your mom is calling. Please answer the phone. Now. Answer the phone. Good. Okay. You're on the phone with mommy?
Yeah.
Good. Okay. So, back to business. Your question was?
You want us to have for those what do you want us to do to substitute instead of having the projector in the background? Because I know I won't have a projector or anything like that anytime soon.
Right. So a good, healthy alternative to that would be one of two things. Do you have a flat screen TV at home?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Most flat screen project TVs also have the ability to take in, let's say, some type of a USB drive. What you could do is actually take your About Me page, save it as an image, like a JPEG file, and then take that JPEG file, put it into the back of your television. Or if you have your laptop with you, you could also take I guess, some sort of a connection, plug it into your, plug that into your actual television set. That way, you're in a better, I think you'll be better as far as being able to have that in the background for you. I've noticed some people also, if they are local, they have the ability, they can come to the campus, they're able to use a campus classroom to make that happen. If you do choose to go to the speaking studio, you can call them in advance. I think we've kind of lost a window of opportunity for that. But again, even if you want to, top computer or like a big computer screen like I have, which is 27 inches, you could actually use that and have someone film you from the front. But the main thing is to make sure that you do have that screen in the background so that you use that as a prop as opposed to as calling card.
Okay. And I know there has to be other people around whenever you're shooting the speech?
No, not for this.
Okay.
Not for this. Oh, again, going back to the syllabus and reading now. For the for your introduction speech, that's private. And we need to have an audience. And note, I am not using a persuasive speech for this semester.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you broke up. I couldn't hear you at all.
Okay. We are not going to do a persuasive speech. We're only going to have an informative demonstration and speech of introduction. The reason I did that is because, again, as you will notice throughout the entire course of our time together, I am not strictly just looking at your ability to make a speech. I'm looking at your ability to also incorporate media within the context of your speech. Notice how with your About Me page, you've made the page. Now from that page, you're going to use that page as a prop to help to make your speech. Your speech, excuse me, again, notably, is strictly about presentation. This is about how you present, not how you read. If you give me something where it's like I'm reading from a page, I'm going to know it. And what we want to do is make sure that you're able to engage the audience. Well, to deliver that speech. Now, when we talk about delivery, let's think about it. What are the things that make us want to listen to somebody other than a grade? Did anybody hear that?
No.
No.
Did you ask what makes us want to listen to someone?
Want to listen to someone giving a speech other than the fact that you are either one, a captive audience, two, a student who has to get a grade. What makes you want to listen to a speaker?
I would say the information.
Right.
The information.
Information is one. What else?
I would say how they, I guess, introduce their topic. If they introduce it in like an enthusiastic way, that would make you more engaged and want to listen.
Very good. What else?
Tone, the person's tone of voice, sometimes can get attention.
Very good. Your tone.
Agree.
Who said, I heard, what?
Totally agree.
I still didn't hear. Who said it? Again.
Amy, hi. I said I totally agree with her. Tone of voice, the visual, their demeanor.
Exactly. I mean, so let me ask you a question. In all the speeches, not speeches, in all the videos that I have done for the class, have they been monotone?
No.
No.
Have they caught your attention?
Yeah.
Yes. No. Don't make it sound like we're just dreading being here. Am I that bad of a teacher? God. Okay, good. I'm going to scared. Now, what we want to do is make sure that as you are doing this, the tone, and the word of the day would be vocalics. When we think about the word vocalics, what do you think that term means, vocalics? I'm going to actually put it here in the chat window. V-O-C-A-L-I-C-S. Vocalics. What does that word mean? Someone go look it up. Vocalics. Let's take a look and see what the word means.
Charity, what did you say?
I'm gonna go off on a limb and say it's anything to do the dynamics of being vocal.
Okay, so thank you for taking a jump off that cliff. Now, here's what it means.
There it is.
Vocalics is the study of nonverbal uses of voice that indicate emotion, provide cues as to how the message should be interpreted. Nonverbal cues can take many forms, including pitch, tone, rate, volume, accent, pattern, and will influence how the message is received and interpreted. Now, when you think about that, when we talk about vocalics, that is important because how someone is able to use their voice is going to really influence your ability to be engaged. Now, when we think about audience engagement, what do you think that means? Audience engagement.
The audience actually staying awake and paying attention to what you're saying.
Very good. Audience being awake, staying, and so again, being awake, yes, that they're able to go ahead and be included. They're basically able to not fall asleep. So yes, we want to make sure that happens. Now, when we think about, excuse me, nonverbal communication, that's a term that we have to also consider. I'm going to send you some of these links, and that'll also help you with the whole notion of nonverbal communication. Let me send this to you. You can look at this on your own, but I'm going to also cut and paste a few of these other things here for you as well. This is a link that you could use to really help you as far as being able to follow up on some of the terms that we'll talk about. Body messages. Let's see. Eye and facial movements. Subtle messages. Artificial communication. So I'm saying artifactual communication. We can't talk today. So when you think about this whole notion, there's one thing in regards to spatial messages. Proxemics is a very interesting conversation piece. What do you think I mean when we talk about proxemics?
Like your distance between yourself and your audience?
Very good. Proxemics are often used to define the types of relationships between people. So an intimate distance usually establishes, if you will, a person's, I guess, how they feel significantly about that person. If they're very close, they're intimate, they have very close space they share with each other. On the other hand, if you have a person that's like a social distance, there's like, okay, hey, we're going to be here, but we do not want to go ahead and get so close. If I mean very good, safe social distance. Proxemics also has a lot to do even within the room itself where you are located. If you're in a room that's kind of cramped and congested, then there's no reason to have a large volume in your voice. But if you're in a room that seats 30, 50, 60, 70, 100 people, and you don't have a microphone, you're going to have to know how to project. Those are various things that you have to think about as you begin speaking journey, for lack of a better term. These are things that you'll be studying along the course of the semester. How your voice, how to even judge relative spaces. All of that is relevant in regards to how you will make your speech of introduction. Now, what is equally important now that we have to consider that comes from Marshall McLuhan. The whole notion of this thing we deal now with the internet.
You're breaking up.
That's something also happens. Okay. Can you hear me any better?
Yes.
Oh, God, I know why I'm breaking up. Let me pause that. Hold on. I know exactly why I'm breaking up. If I get disconnected, hang tight. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Is that much better?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I had to switch from Wi-Fi to landline. All right. So the main thing to consider here is this. When you're thinking about the notion of the room space, you think about projection. How loud will you project? Will you need to project in a room that seats only 20 people? Probably not. But will you need to project in a room where you have 500? Clearly. Will you have to also think about nonverbals as well? I had to actually deal with a student today, and how you basically even use your arms, your legs, your arms basically, your shoulders, how you position yourself, that also lends itself to interpretation. Let me ask you a question. What do you think it means when someone folds their arms and still tries to have a conversation?
Can you repeat the question?
They seem
All
like
right,
a know-it-all.
Right, if I'm going to have a conversation with you like this, what does it mean?
You're serious.
Not necessarily. What else does it mean? Try another one.
You're kind of closed on.
Very good. For
Boys,
example,
you heard it all before?
kinda. It's like this. My son, when he was like 4 years old, when he didn't get his way, he would do this. I don't like, dude, are you having a seizure? No. I'm like, what is your problem? He even knew at the age of 4 that that meant like, I am closed to you, I don't want to have a talk with you, we are done. That's a barrier when you think about it, right? Or when someone has their hands in their pockets and they're trying to talk to you, make a speech, can you take them seriously? You can't. You have to think about how they use all parts of their body. How they use their eyes, how they use their voice, how they use their eyebrows and their facial expressions, how they use their hands. All of those are essential within the context, or context, if you will, within the context of how you receive the message. Another thing we have to think about too, believe it or not, again, and I think I'll put this out here as well, facial communication. Eye contact. Can you take someone too seriously if they don't look you in the eye?
No.
Why?
I guess eye contact gives a sense that you're confident in what you're saying and what you're speaking about.
Absolutely. If I can't look you in the eye, I'm not going to take you seriously. In fact, if I look at you kind of shifty-eyed, it's like, or someone does it to me, I'm like, I can't trust you. If I can't have that eye-to-eye contact with you, or if I'm looking at you dead in the eye all the time, that's kind of intimidating, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But to be able to go ahead and at least maintain eye contact occasionally with some people in your audience, that at least allows them to see some level of connectivity. If they have that connectivity with you, then they're going to believe you. That goes back into what one of the things we talk about called speaker credibility. What we want to make sure that we're doing is that we're able to make sure that we are able to maintain the confidence of our audience, because eventually we have to do something with that audience. We have to either persuade them, we have to inform them, we have to get them to we have to get their support. But whenever you communicate, there's usually a reason for communicating, isn't there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so what are some of the reasons that we communicate?
To get our point across.
That's one way. What else? Why do we communicate?
To get something we need.
That's very basic. What else?
To inform others, to kind of like bring somebody either up to speed or if they don't know something, just to educate others.
Very good. Right. Usually the main forms of communication include one of the following. It's either to entertain, to inform, to talk about or share culture, to educate, to share philosophical spirituality, somewhere along the lines, to talk about threats, to keep you safe. So in all those types of communications that we talk about, I'm sorry, I have sinusitis. In all of those types of ways and all those versions of reasons why we communicate, we have to go back to the main reason, again, is so we were sharing information. What we use or what the user does with information is entirely up to them. But our job as one who encodes or sends the message is what? We have to basically make sure that we are free from noise. We have to make sure that what we say is clear. We have to make sure that we don't provide anything that would be an alternative message. For example, it was so funny. I watched this news story not too long ago, and it was with this guy who was protesting. I think their children had done something. I think it was the children they were doing something with the Confederate flag that was clearly not appropriate. They were, and talking about saying, oh, I'm going to buy some slaves now. There was obviously some protests by the NAACP, and the father of the children who had done this questionable incident showed up and was trying to explain his point of view. Now, as he was doing this, what I thought was interesting was that you saw this flag, I'm sorry, not this sign that said, Black Lives Matter. Now, let's think about this. You have this person who is a supporter of the Confederate flag, but at the same time, someone has a sign behind him saying Black Lives Matter. He doesn't know it. Does that send like a conflicting message?
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell me why. What's a conflicting message?
I guess with
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
with the history of the Confederate flag and kind of what it stood for, especially during the oppression of Black people, along through it conflicts with the Black Lives Matters, the whole movement, as far as equal rights for Blacks still.
Black survival, brown survival, those who are on the margin survival, yes. So you have someone who is a proud supporter of Confederate flags and who believes in the Confederate cause. And yes, as a kid, I watched the show The Dukes of Hazzard on a regular basis. Don't judge me. So, as I did, I had no idea what the Confederate flag was. I just said, oh, Smokey and the Bandit had a Confederate flag, the Duke Boys had a Confederate flag, I didn't know what it stood for. This goes back then to the notion of a word we call semiotics. Now, semiotics, what do you all think that term means? Okay, you all at a
symbiotic relationship is I think a good relationship, or like a relationship that's working together.
Well, you're thinking about symbiotic as opposed to semiotic.
Oh, semiotic.
Semiotic, not symbiotic.
Can you spell it?
Sure. I'm going to put it right here in our little digital blackboard. S-E-M, whoops. S-E-M-I-O-N. Semiotic. It's a term by Saussure which talks about the study of signs and symbols.
Is it kind of like iconography?
Closely related, but not in the sense of iconography within pop culture. When you think of the sign and the symbol, what does a sign mean? A sign is basically an indicator. It's basically a sign or a symbol that has significance, a meaning, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hands up, don't shoot basically had a meaning of some sort. So as that happens, when you have that type of thing happening, then you could also have a conflict of meaning. For example, let's say that if you have your About Me page up and it's talking about how I am this extroverted person, I believe in embracing everyone and blah, 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 blah. But then as I'm giving my speech, I've got my head down, I've got this down, I'm stuttering every other word. What's the issue there?
Well, you look like a hypocrite.
That's one way. I like that. You look like a hypocrite. What else? Your credibility is shot.
Yeah.
I'm just like, really? You were all this, that, and that. It's shot. Here's another example. When you all are doing your fitness demonstrations, and I'm a very big stickler for this, and you'll know why as the course progresses. But I had a student say, I'm going to show you how to serve a tennis ball. Now, guess where she was going to tell me where she was serving the tennis ball?
At a tennis court?
No. And on the second floor of her, on the second floor balcony of her apartment. That's a mute. Vic, you got a lot of feedback. I got to put you on mute. On the second floor of her apartment. That doesn't make sense. So when that happens, turn your volume down. Thank you. So when that happened, then what happens is this. Again, there's a conflict in the message. So you want to make sure that you are in sync with your visuals. You want to make sure that what you are projecting is who you really want people to see you as. That's the reason why I'm kind of a stickler, if you will, for your About Me page. Some students will say, I'm going to be an attorney, but they have the word attorney spelled I-E-T-O-R-N-I-E. Now, if that happens, guess what's going to happen with you and your idea of you being an attorney? No one will take you seriously because, one, you couldn't spell. Two, you were either too lazy to go find a dictionary to learn how to spell the word attorney, or you didn't take the time to do a spell check, which then lets me have another opinion of you. So everything that you do, everything is under the microscope. It's under evaluation. That's why I was, again, when I look at your photographs, like with your photograph that you have, Alonza, I love that photo because of what it projects. It projects a level of professionalism and achievement, and I love that. I love what you said in your bio, Amy, other than the fact that you gave me a high five. I appreciate that. But also, I was able to see a story. And as I see, and if I can read that story, I can't wait to meet that person. So, and again, it's about the message being in sync with the individual. Does that make any sense to you all?
Yes.
Okay. So, like when you were talking about how, in your case, Sivad, that you were going to be, you are a photographer. Well, if you're a photographer, why don't I see you with a 35mm camera or a DSLR camera? You taking some pictures.
Because I'm not usually in front of the camera, so I don't have any pictures of me in front of the camera.
No. I know you're not in front of the camera, but you need to have someone taking some pictures of you using the camera.
Right.
That message thing, that visual message. Sarah, tell me about your About Me page. Did I look at it yet?
I don't know.
Oh!
Did you? Kind of basic.
Well, make it unbasic.
I just talked about how I'm a medical assistant and how I want to get my bachelor's in nursing at Central.
Okay.
And how I've been a medical assistant at Fast Med Urgent Care for the past 4 years. Pretty boring.
Boring. You have to make it exciting. Everybody's life is exciting.
Yeah.
Everyone's life is not going to be the same.
Right.
But everybody's life has a certain level of excitement. Trust me. God, I know. In the 44 years on the planet I've been here, there's a reason why I drink hard apple cider some days. But that's another story.
Hey, Dr. Robinson.
Yes.
I have some advice for Sarah.
Hmm?
I have a piece of advice for Sarah.
Yes, offer that.
Hey, Sarah, to spice it up, why don't you tell us in your About page what made you want to be a nurse in the first place? Like, was there an event that happened? Was there a patient that you helped? Was it something that happened in your childhood? Tell us why you want to be a nurse, because that is a noble, beautiful profession. It's very hard, and not everybody can do it or wants to do it. So that'd be awesome. I'd like to know that.
Excellent.
I can tell you why. It's
Why?
because I have something called lupus.
Okay.
It's an autoimmune disease, and my brother has Crohn's disease. And so when I'm not in doctor's offices, I'm at work, and like when I'm not working at a doctor's office, I want to be the nurse and I want to give back. Does that make sense?
See?
That's it, Sarah. That's it. Put that on your About Me page, and you got it, girl.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not too personal?
No.
It's inspirational to other people.
There it is. See, look, how many of you all, seriously, at the risk of being vain, how many of you all actually read my About Me page?
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Oh, did? You did? Okay, so when you read my About Me page, Demisha, when you read my page, what did my page reflect?
To me, it reflects your growth. I mean, because you spoke about how in undergrad you had a 2.3 or around that range, and how you progressed in graduate school. Oh, well, and how you progressed. It showed your progression.
Okay.
That's what I got out of it.
Yes, ma'am, Victor. Go ahead, Victor. Victor?
Basically, I mean, pretty much what Denisha has said, and how that you, no matter your obstacles, that you wasn't gonna let what you started off doing define who you really are and want to be.
Okay, very good. Thank you. What else?
And then how renowned, the level of professionalism that you are now. That's kind of your page. See your picture. Kind of was it symbolized the professionalism that you do have now.
Thank you.
Thomas.
Who is this person, Charity, who's been so quiet in my classroom?
I was talking some.
Well, talk some more. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Charity. Why are you in this class?
Can you repeat that?
Why are you taking this course?
I'm taking this course because it's required.
Bye. Let me stop you now. That's not what you say. Give me a nicer reason. I'll take us as required. Okay, bye.
Being honest.
I'm taking this course because I want to take it.
All right, go ahead. I'm messing. Go ahead. Tell us more. What do you want to get from this course other than an A?
I want to learn a lot about communication, mass communications.
Are you a mass comm major?
Am I what, sir?
Are you a mass comm major? No, call me sir.
I'm sorry. Criminal justice.
Now you got to call me sir. Should have said you were a mass comm major. Okay, that's good though. So yes, we all need to go ahead and learn how to communicate, and I appreciate your honesty, no matter how brutal it was. Alonzo, why are you taking this class? Hold on.
I can't hear him.
I say he got it on mute.
I think he muted himself.
Yeah.
Oh, you did. Type him a message.
Okay. I can see you a whole lot better now. Thank you, Katie. Alonzo.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I want to be a much better speaker. And after, reading some of the chapter and, going over some of the slides and looking at some of the discussions, I'm starting to tap into that energy as far as knowing all the aspects and learning the different things that I need to learn as far as trying to be a better speaker.
Okay. See, and what's going to make you a better? So where do you think you are now, and where do you want to be when we finish?
I don't do a lot of public speaking.
Okay.
When I do speak, it's like it's very rare. I'm normally the person that kind of sits in the background and listen, but I won't actually get up and do a speech.
Okay.
If that makes any sense.
That's like me too.
Who says that?
Charity.
Charity, why do you say that's like you?
Because I'm shy when it comes to speaking.
But you go into the criminal justice building.
I know. I have to work on it.
You're going to have to. What are you going to do with this criminal justice degree?
I want to do forensic accounting.
Ah, so you're going to be around a lot of money and try to get people out of trouble with money.
Yes.
Find where the trouble with the money is. But what happens when you get on that witness stand and you have to go ahead and explain your methods and how you went about this?
Well, hopefully by the time I've completed this course, I won't be as shy. I'll be able to communicate with people and speak.
There we go. That's, I like that. I like that. And so, Denisha, why are you in this class?
I'm not
Huh?
great at public speaking, but I mean, I do interact with other people, but as far as like giving presentations, that's not really my strong point. My strong points are more so writing papers. But me being wanting to be a future attorney, I'm gonna have to know how to speak in front of others and present whatever my case is very well. So I hope I can gain that confidence to be able to do that throughout this course.
And you're going to have to know how to speak publicly on a regular basis. Do you think I'm going to want you representing me for a speeding ticket? And you out there, I can't have that. No. So you definitely have to learn how to speak and speak publicly. You already know how to. And I think the one thing that I want to make sure that I convey to everyone along this is that public speaking is not something that comes natural. It's something that is a practice that you have to work at constantly. I did not come out of the womb using terms like hegemony, extrapolation, serendipitous, exponential, unequivocally. I did not come out of the womb speaking like that. My first word was, Grandma, make Tammy put her hand down. That was it. Now, that said, because I've watched too much television, because I've read too many books possibly, I've now acquired a vocabulary. And also the fact that I had a mom who completely forbid me from speaking in anything other than, quote, standard spoken English. I had no other choice but to go ahead and adapt. And ironically, in my other life, I had the ambition of being, this is Russell Robinson coming to you live from WLFL Fox 22 Studios. Presently, we have experienced a fire in the studio, however, because we are able to work with our sister station, WOREL, we are now able to come to you at least to offer you some damage regarding our, yes, I actually had ambitions of being a television broadcaster. However, things went to the wayside. But that's another story for another day or for a cocktail or two. All right. Meantime, let's go ahead and close out with some basic logistics. These are the things that we have to start thinking about. One, you don't need to have an audience for your introduction speech. Your introduction speech is due on the 3rd of June, 5 o'clock. If you have time, and again, I can't stress this enough, please, please, please practice. You must practice your speech. If you practice, trust me, it'll come across as being very polished, and I will not look very severely on it because you've taken the speech seriously. One of the things that I've noticed throughout the entire course of time that I've taught this class online is that people have this gross misnomer that this is a class that I can just do things at the very last minute and they'll happen and jump into place. I've seen too many students crash and burn. I've had a student, honestly, come into the classroom or come into my office with her girlfriend attempting to threaten me for a grade. It was then that I learned how to use a taser very well. So having said that, and needless to say, we did not have a grade appeal after that. But needless to say, and that's a joke, but needless to say, the main thing is that you need to practice. You have to put time into this type of stuff. Again, considering that we are really working at a distance. One of the things that I'm going to be looking at primarily as you make your first speech is I'm going to be looking at a pattern of growth. I don't expect everyone to come out of the gate sounding like Barack Obama or Hillary Clinton or whoever. I don't expect to see that on the first speech. However, when I get to the final speech, I'm expecting to see growth. And that's what I really want to make sure we grade on. I want to make sure that you were a better speaker on June 15th or June 22nd compared to where you were on June 5th. Now, I realize that I'm asking you to make a large jump. I get that. But I'm also asking you to do the same things that you would do if you really wanted something bad enough, and that's a lot of work, a lot of practice, communicate with me, and again, accept the fact that you're going to make mistakes. Accept the fact I'm going to make mistakes. But the reality, though, is that we're all taking the journey together here. The main thing is that we want to make sure that you, one, are better than where you started. Because who knows? But as you take this stuff and apply it to your other classes, and those of you, or those who are mass comm majors, know that I am, for lack of a better term, I am hell on my students who I've taught in speech when we get to my mass comm stuff. Because I'm like, I need you to translate or bring the skills that you learned in 1250 into a course that deals with you explaining cases. I need to know that when I have a final project that you need to present, that you already know the basics of how to make good presentation and be able to translate that into now the discipline itself. So there is a reason why I say I want you to first give me a good polished presentation of who you are digitally on a social media environment, and then take that, use it as a prop, and then be able to use that and just present yourself within 2 minutes or less. And do so that we see that you are happy about who you are. Do so in a way that you are saying, hey, I'm going to love me some me at the end of the day. You have to sell yourself, because eventually there will come a time and place where you will have to do that inside of 30 seconds. Trust me, I've seen it. So you're going to have to know how to do that. Questions, comments, concerns, hate mail, or emoji.
For the chapters 1 through 3, for the discussion board post, for those who don't have the book, is the other assignment, the one that you talked about, the mother for Facebook, is that kind of like the other assignment for it, or do you still want the chapters 1 through 3?
Let me ask you an honest question. Why do you think I put that in there?
I don't. I put maybe. That was it.
It's all connected. So you can even look at that and still respond to it, and you'll be fine.
Okay. Because
go get the book.
So, can I give a hint?
Please do.
Books you can rent from Amazon Prime as a student for $44. So if the price tag kind of freaks you out with the bookstore, rent from Amazon Prime, $44, and you get 2 days shipping for free.
Thank you for that. Very good. But
I have a question.
Next question. Go ahead.
My question was in regards, like, as far as the discussion post, I originally saw, like, you was able to put, like, the link or something, like, under the tab discussion on Blackboard. But I guess after a certain time, it just up and disappeared. So I had tried to email it to everybody my link so they can get it and still be able to see my post. Like, is that a way of going about it if that don't show up there on the side?
Well, so I'm going to say this, and I want you to understand that I'm saying this because I want to make sure that you get the right idea. When I have an assignment due date, one of the things I've learned when I have taught online before is that, and one of the things I also say, I really don't like taking late work. So as opposed to having students in the past who have done this, they will try to give their work to me any way possible after the due date, and I'm like, no, I can't take it. And it's not that I don't like you, it's not that I'm trying to be mean or make a very hard point, but the reality of the day is that when an assignment is due, that assignment is due. If you don't have that assignment by the time it's supposed to be in, then that window of opportunity has closed. So again, what I need you to think about on the front side of this conversation is time management. Not saying you specifically, but what I am saying is that I think what we have to all do is really learn how to gauge and manage our time. So that's one of the ways I put in my classes to reinforce my deadlines. When I have a deadline, it is the deadline. If you don't make that deadline, then I can't take the grade. Now, I do realize life happens. Don't get me wrong. And again, that's why I'm very open to, in our first weeks of class, certainly. I want to relax the policies because I know that we're all transitioning, one from vacation, but two, coming back into the technology. Yes, even I make mistakes. And if I make a mistake, I'm going to make sure that I err on the side of the student all the time. But at the same time, if you know that you're going to have an issue getting something into me on the front side, let me know, and I will work with you. But to tell me after the deadline, that's not a good look. I don't really like to work that way because, so as you're telling me, I'm going to get my stuff into you after the deadline, okay, so I need you to understand, I have roughly 35 students that I have to evaluate if they all get their work in on time, 35. 35 speeches that I have to deal with, 35 discussion posts I have to address. You are turning your stuff in late, and I have to wait for you. I can't do that.
No, see, because what I was saying was I had submitted on Sunday, but the link was not up there for like the discussion tabs, so I could put a thread or put the event link in there.
Right. So what I said was, and if you go back and take a look at my video post and also my email post.
Yeah, I thought you said you can just put it under YouTube on the discussions or make a video.
No. What I said first was that I was going to give an extension, which that's what I did. So I gave the extension so you could go back and place the material where it needed to be. Please make sure that you place assignments in the appropriate boxes or links wherever they need to go. So if it's an assignment, it needs to go into the assignment folder or whatever that thing is. If the discussion board post, it's going to need to be where the discussion board post saw. But if you give it to me in another spot, I'm not going to be able to evaluate it because it's not where it's supposed to be. Good questions. Next.
Can you tell us everything that's due so that that we should have had in by at this point?
At this point, yes. On the 31st of May, I want the following done. Discussion board post 1 and 2. Discussion board post 1, which I'm thinking is this, which I know is this. Speaking figures, and then, speaking figures and reading chapters of 1, 2, and 3. That's on the 31st. Also, by now, you should have your About Me pages in. Your About Me pages should have been turned in as of yesterday, or not today. Now, by the 3rd, I need you to have your speech of introduction uploaded per my requirement. Those items need to be in. The speech of introduction needs to be in by 5 o'clock on the 3rd of June.
All right, and can you pull up the discussion board thing again?
Can I what?
So that the discussion board so that we can post the stuff to it.
Discussion board post should be in. That should be available. I'm sorry, let me correct that. Discussion board post. Let me go back and check Blackboard.
Yeah, because they're definitely they haven't been
up there.
Yeah, they haven't been up there for, well, at least since the last time that I checked, and I checked back before the class had started, and I've checked all throughout the day.
Yeah, same here. That's why I had to email the link to it.
Yeah, they're definitely gone.
Let's see.
Yeah. It says no items found under mine too.
And that's what I was talking about. Putting the URL there, it wasn't there for me to put it there.
Ah, my mistake. It should have been a discussion board post. I actually had them up available until the 28th. So let me go ahead and fix that now and make it to the 31st.
Because that's why I think I'm not sure if the entire class have received it, but I had sent the email with my URL saying with my YouTube channel saying that the post was under there.
Yeah, the whole class got it.
Yeah.
Not gonna shoot y'all. Relax. Calm down. Have some hard apple cider. You'll be good.
Can I have some? Say no.
Okay, Quick question, Dr. Robinson.
Yes, ma'am. I'll try to give you a quick answer.
Just confirming for everybody. So the speech of introduction, due by June 3rd, and we will need to go under the assignments tab and also to our YouTube channel, correct?
Right. So what you'll do is you will go to your, you go into content now to make sure that there's a hot live assignment. All right. So here we go. The speech of introduction. It is due on the 3rd at 5 o'clock. Now, what I would do, let me share with you. Let me share this with you if I can. This is the rubric of how you'll be evaluated. I'm trying to share this with you. Okay, so everybody hold on tight because I'm about to do something that's a little different. I'm going to try to do a screen share so you can actually see what I'm talking about. Here we go. This is your rubric. Everybody see this?
Mm-hmm.
This is how you're going to be evaluated. You're going to be evaluated on organization, topic knowledge, audience adaptation, language use, and delivery. Now, here's the thing. We're all going to go for this advanced category. I want everyone to strive for this. Organization is going to be basically evaluated. We'll start with advanced. Ideas are clearly supported, developed, and achieve the purpose. The purpose is clear. Introduction gets the attention of the audience and clearly states the specific purpose of the speech. Main points are clear, etc., etc. Topic knowledge. If you get a 0 on this, I'm going to hit you with a block of cheese because you're supposed to know the most about yourself. I expect everyone to get a high score in this area because you know about yourself. You should know about yourself. Audience adaptation. Presenter is able to effectively keep the audience engaged. Materials modified, clarified, etc., etc. Nonverbal behaviors are used to keep the audience engaged. Delivery style is modified as needed. Topic selections and examples are interesting, etc., etc. Language. The language is familiar and it is free from bias. The presenter may code switch when appropriate. Language choices are vivid and precise. The delivery. This is the key. Delivery is extemporaneous, natural, confident, and enhances the message. Posture, eye contact, smooth gestures, facial expressions, volume, pace, all the things we talked about earlier. These are all key areas that look, you've got this. We've talked about it. Don't worry about it. Just practice. Again, and that's why I say practice is essential. If you practice, you've got this. But if you don't practice, more than likely you will wind up in this category here. Rigid, read most of the speech. Gestures and movements may be jerky, excessive. Delivery may appear to be inconsistent with the message itself. Non-fluencies, are used on a regular basis. So again, the idea here is to practice. Questions? Questions? You all have no questions.
One question. Video length. The example you gave us was about 1.5 minutes. Is that about right? 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes?
1.5 minutes is perfect. 1.5 minutes is right on time.
the speech of introduction isn't the same thing that's supposed to be on your About Me page.
Yes.
Okay, just want to make sure that. Bless you. Bless you.
Thank you, JR. Thank you.
Bless you.
Bless you.
I know, right? That was bad. Hold on. I think I got the last one done. So yes, everything that should be on the About Me page, it should be about you. Now, word of caution. The Word About Me page, I've asked one person, and I want to make sure I get this across to everyone else. Please make sure that that is you and your About Me page. I've seen one person who I had to challenge, actually had to counsel about that. And what I need to make sure about, I'm sorry, I'm sniffling. What I need to make sure about is that you are the one that's being presented and no one else. Otherwise, that's ground for immediate failure. So it needs to be you. So if you know anyone who has done anything like that, please tell them to watch this video and hear me clearly. Transparency is key. I need to make sure that it's you who is presenting this and you on that page. Okay? All right. Are there any other questions? Because if not, I need to go ahead and take something from my nose. I feel like I'm about to blow out of here. I'm on my head. I've enjoyed our first hangout. Would you guys have a good time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Y'all learn something? No, y'all didn't. Y'all just saying it to get off the TV. Excuse me. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to end the hangout now. I'm going to also make sure I'll put a link up and put it for on demand so you can refer back to it if you need to. And if you have any questions, I'll be available for a meeting on Monday and Tuesday. Okay?
All right.
Have a good weekend, all right? Talk to you
Thank
soon. I've enjoyed it. Good night.
Robinson.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, take care.
Bye-bye.